In an unprecedented move, Melania Trump makes a surprise visit to a struggling neighborhood in the heart of a major U.S. city. Known for her public appearances in high society and her work as First Lady, her unexpected arrival in a modest community raises eyebrows. Her team ensures that the visit remains low profile, and she is seen entering the neighborhood without much fanfare. Residents, initially skeptical of the reason behind her visit, slowly begin to take notice as Melania interacts with the local families. Her decision to visit this underprivileged area comes after she hears about the hardships many residents face, from high unemployment rates to lack of access to quality healthcare. A few curious onlookers at first, the neighborhood begins to stir with the news of Melania's presence. She walks quietly through the streets, observing the conditions and talking to individuals who are struggling. Word spreads quickly, and soon, more people are drawn out of their homes to see what will happen next. As Melania walks deeper into the heart of the neighborhood, she stops to speak with several families, sitting with them on stoops and porches, listening to their stories. Her calm, compassionate demeanor surprises the residents, who had never expected someone of her stature to take such an interest in their lives. One mother shares her struggles raising 3 children while working 2 minimum-wage jobs. Another resident talks about how difficult it is to find proper health care for their family. Melania listens attentively, asking thoughtful questions and offering comfort where she can. What strikes everyone is her genuine concern. She's not there for a photo op or to make a speech. Melania is simply listening and learning. The residents begin to open up to her, sharing their hopes and dreams for a better life. The contrast between her luxurious background and the harsh realities of their daily lives only emphasizes her sincerity. As the conversation continues, the community starts to feel a real connection with Melania, seeing her not just as a former First Lady but as a person who understands their struggles. After spending hours getting to know the families and their needs, Melania takes a quiet but impactful step. Without any media coverage, she reaches out to local organizations that specialize in community outreach, education, and healthcare. She personally arranges for the immediate delivery of essential supplies, including food, clothing, and school supplies for the children in the neighborhood. She also arranges for a health clinic to visit the area in the coming days, providing free checkups and medical advice. The residents are astonished when a large truck arrives in the neighborhood carrying boxes of donated goods. Melania's unannounced act of kindness leaves everyone speechless. Her donation is not just material, she has also connected the families with resources that could help them get back on their feet. Some community leaders begin to rally behind her efforts, ensuring that the resources will be used for long-term impact. The gratitude from the neighborhood is overwhelming, and Melania's unexpected gesture becomes the talk of the town for weeks to come. As the day continues, Melania's visit takes a turn towards something even more unexpected. She sits down with local leaders to discuss a plan for long-term impact. She proposes creating an initiative that will address the root causes of the neighborhood's poverty, focusing on education, job training, and healthcare. She suggests collaborating with local businesses and organizations to create opportunities for sustainable growth in the area. Her ideas are met with immediate approval, and a partnership begins to form that promises to bring lasting change. By the end of the day, Melania has not only made an unforgettable impression on the residents but has also laid the groundwork for a future project that will have a meaningful and lasting effect on the community. Her visit goes beyond a moment of kindness. It becomes a symbol of hope for those who often feel forgotten by the world. The neighborhood begins to see a glimmer of change on the horizon, and Melania's influence in this once overlooked corner of the city becomes a powerful force for good. As news of Melania Trump's visit spreads, it sparks a wave of media interest. What began as a quiet and personal visit quickly becomes a major story. The press, initially skeptical, begins to take a closer look at the impact of her actions. They note how her approach was deeply personal, without the grandstanding or political motives typically associated with high-profile figures. The coverage shifts from sensational headlines to admiration for her genuine commitment to helping people in need. The unexpected turn of events catches many off guard, especially considering Melania's past as a fashion icon and First Lady. Some critics who initially questioned her intentions are forced to reevaluate her actions, while others commend her for stepping out of the limelight to make a real difference. Her efforts challenged the traditional narrative of celebrity philanthropy and redefined the way the public perceives her role. What many had once viewed as a symbolic gesture becomes a tangible, transformative act that sets a new standard for public service. Months after her initial visit, Melania returns to the neighborhood to check on the progress made. The changes she helped spark are already visible. New job training programs are underway, local children are thriving in newly stocked schools, and healthcare access has improved. The health clinic she helped establish has been providing ongoing medical care, and a community center is nearing completion. Melania walks through the streets, her presence now warmly welcomed by the residents who view her as a true ally. During this visit, she spends time reconnecting with the families she met during her first trip. They show her the improvements they've made in their homes and share the personal successes they've had, such as securing stable jobs and getting higher education. It is clear that her initial act of kindness has snowballed into a movement of change, and Melania's support has become a cornerstone of the neighborhood's transformation. The community is forever grateful, and Melania's role in this renewal is honored with a public ceremony where the neighborhood formally recognizes her contributions. On one of her follow-up visits, Melania Trump decides to surprise a local school by making an impromptu appearance in their classroom. The children, many of whom have been directly impacted by her previous donation of school supplies and educational resources, are thrilled. Melania walks into the classroom unannounced, and the students' faces light up as they recognize her. They gather around her, eager to speak to her, share their stories, and thank her for the supplies that have helped them succeed in their studies. What was supposed to be a short visit turns into a heartwarming session as Melania sits down with the children and listens to their aspirations. Some dream of becoming doctors, others want to be teachers, and a few speak about their desire to help their communities in the future. Melania takes time to engage with each student individually, offering words of encouragement. She reassures them that no dream is too big and that with hard work and determination, they can achieve whatever they set their minds to. The children leave the meeting inspired, and word of Melania's kindness spreads throughout the community. In a powerful public statement shortly after her second visit, Melania addresses the media, expressing her deep commitment to continue supporting the neighborhood. She speaks candidly about her experiences and the connections she made with the residents, emphasizing how important it is to give back to communities that are often overlooked. Her words are heartfelt and personal, and she calls for other public figures to follow her lead by taking an active role in addressing issues such as poverty and lack of education. The statement garners widespread attention and sparks conversations about how influential figures can make a tangible difference in underserved areas. Melania's words inspire a ripple effect, motivating individuals and organizations across the country to take action in their own communities. What began as a simple visit evolves into a powerful movement to create change and address systemic inequalities, with Melania at the forefront. As a result of Melania's visit and the positive attention it generated, local businesses in the neighborhood begin to experience a boost in support. Entrepreneurs and small business owners, many of whom struggled to maintain their operations, see an influx of customers and new business opportunities. Local restaurants, shops, and service providers begin to thrive as the community rallies around them, eager to show their gratitude for the positive changes brought about by Melania's involvement. Her efforts indirectly help to revitalize the local economy, with new partnerships being formed between businesses and organizations that want to support the area's growth. As a result, local job opportunities increase, and more residents are employed. In a sense, Melania's act of kindness has had a snowball effect, revitalizing not just the social infrastructure of the neighborhood but also its economic health. The neighborhood begins to prosper in ways that many thought were impossible just months before. Melania's efforts do not go unnoticed by other philanthropists and charitable organizations. Recognizing the potential for greater impact, she begins to collaborate with other individuals who share her vision of bringing long-term change to communities in need. This includes forming partnerships with large foundations, nonprofit organizations, and influential public figures who have the resources to make a significant difference. Together, they devise a comprehensive plan to address the multifaceted issues facing the neighborhood. From job training programs and educational scholarships to affordable housing projects and mental health services, the collaboration begins to address a wide array of community needs. Melania's leadership and ability to unite people from diverse sectors for a common cause makes her a central figure in a nationwide effort to improve the lives of individuals in impoverished neighborhoods. As a result, similar programs are started in other areas of the country, spreading the reach of her mission. In recognition of the positive changes in the neighborhood, a documentary is produced about the journey of Melania's involvement in the community. The film captures the residents' struggles, the initial skepticism about Melania's visit, and the subsequent transformation that occurred as a result of her kindness and leadership. The documentary highlights the personal stories of the families she helped, including the children whose futures were brightened by the resources she provided. The documentary goes viral, drawing attention to Melania's hands-on approach to philanthropy and inspiring others to follow suit. It serves as both a testament to the community's resilience and a powerful example of how one individual's compassion can spark far-reaching change. The film not only highlights the immediate positive effects of Melania's efforts but also emphasizes the lasting impact of her work, showing that true philanthropy involves more than just a donation. It requires a genuine commitment to the people and the long-term success of the community. During her visit to the neighborhood, Melania becomes particularly close to one family who has faced significant challenges. The family, which includes a single mother and her 3 children, had been struggling with unemployment and the high costs of healthcare. After hearing their story, Melania decides to go beyond her usual charity work and personally gifts the family a scholarship for each of the children to attend a private school, along with a monthly stipend to help cover the mother's medical expenses. The family is overwhelmed with gratitude, and their lives are immediately changed. The children are able to attend schools with better resources, and the mother's stress over medical bills is alleviated. Melania's personal gesture not only gives the family a fresh start but also sets an example for others on the power of personal involvement in philanthropy. The family's gratitude is heartfelt, and they express their thanks to Melania in a deeply emotional letter. Her kindness is not just seen as a donation, it's a life-altering gift. As Melania's work in the neighborhood grows, it begins to capture global attention. Her efforts are highlighted in media outlets around the world, and she is invited to speak at international events to share her experience and inspire others to take action in their own communities. While she has long been known for her charitable efforts, this new chapter of her life, focused on direct involvement and long-term social change, positions her as a global advocate for the underprivileged. Her international platform gives her the opportunity to champion causes she is passionate about, such as access to education, healthcare, and sustainable development. She is invited to collaborate with global leaders and organizations to address pressing social issues. Melania's growing influence allows her to further extend the reach of her work, helping countless other communities and individuals who need it most. Her legacy continues to evolve, shifting from her role as First Lady to that of a prominent philanthropist and global humanitarian. On the anniversary of Melania's first visit to the neighborhood, the residents organize a special celebration to thank her for everything she has done. The event is attended by families, local business owners, community leaders, and representatives from the organizations she has partnered with. As Melania arrives, she is met with cheers, applause, and heartfelt expressions of gratitude. The once struggling community is now thriving, and the transformation is clear. Melania is presented with a plaque commemorating her contributions, and the entire neighborhood comes together to honor her. Residents share their stories of how her kindness has positively impacted their lives, and a sense of pride fills the air. For Melania, the celebration is a deeply emotional moment, as she sees the tangible results of her efforts and the lasting change that has taken place. It's a moment of reflection on how far the community has come, and a reminder that acts of kindness, no matter how small, can change the course of people's lives forever. In recognition of Melania's contribution to the neighborhood and her dedication to supporting local students, a scholarship fund is established in her name. The fund aims to provide financial assistance to deserving students from low-income families who wish to pursue higher education. With the community's support and additional donations from philanthropists, the scholarship fund quickly grows, enabling several students to attend college without the burden of student loans. The launch of the fund is celebrated with a grand event, attended by community leaders, school representatives, and families whose lives have been touched by Melania's generosity. Melania herself is present, and she speaks about her vision for the future of the students, encouraging them to pursue their dreams with determination and resilience. The scholarship becomes a beacon of hope for many young people in the area, offering them opportunities they never thought possible. On one of her visits to the neighborhood, Melania decides to make an unannounced stop at a local senior citizen's home. The residents, many of whom have lived in the community for decades, are overjoyed to meet her. Melania takes the time to visit each resident, listening to their stories and offering words of encouragement. For many of the seniors, this visit is a rare moment of joy, and they are deeply moved by her compassion. As she spends time with them, Melania learns of their challenges, including financial difficulties, health problems, and isolation. In response, she pledges to fund additional programs and services for the senior citizens, such as medical care, recreational activities, and social events. The residents are immensely grateful, and Melania's visit brings a sense of hope and community to those who have lived in the shadows for far too long. During her visits to the neighborhood, Melania discovers the hidden talent of local artists who create beautiful works of art despite the lack of resources and exposure. Inspired by their creativity, she decides to partner with them to create a community art project that will showcase the neighborhood's beauty and history. Melania works with local artists to create murals and sculptures that tell the story of the community and its resilience. The project becomes a symbol of pride for the residents, as it highlights their unique culture and strength in the face of adversity. The art is displayed in public spaces, and the project gains national attention, attracting visitors to the neighborhood. The partnership not only provides an opportunity for local artists to gain recognition but also revitalizes the area, turning it into a vibrant and dynamic place that reflects the spirit of its people. As the months pass and Melania continues her philanthropic work in the neighborhood, she takes a moment to reflect on the journey she has embarked on. She visits the community again, this time without the cameras or media attention, and takes a quiet walk through the streets, observing the changes that have taken place. The area feels different, more hopeful, more connected, and more alive. Melania reflects on the relationships she has built with the residents, the struggles they have faced, and the progress they have made. She realizes that this journey has not just been about giving, it has been about learning, listening, and growing alongside the community. She feels a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that she has played a part in creating lasting change. Her mission, which started with a simple visit, has now become a lifelong commitment to improving the lives of those who need it most. As the success of her local efforts becomes more evident, Melania decides to launch a national campaign aimed at addressing poverty and inequality in underserved communities across the country. Partnering with like-minded organizations and influential public figures, she develops a comprehensive plan that includes education initiatives, job training programs, and healthcare access for those in need. The campaign quickly gains momentum, with people from all walks of life coming together to support the cause. Melania's personal involvement in these initiatives sets her apart, as she continues to lead by example, making frequent visits to communities and offering her support. The campaign's success leads to significant policy changes and increased funding for social programs, creating opportunities for millions of individuals and families to improve their lives. Melania's advocacy becomes a powerful force for change, demonstrating how grassroots efforts can lead to systemic transformation. One of Melania's most touching visits is to a local homeless shelter, where she spends time with residents who have been living on the streets. Melania takes the time to speak with each individual, offering encouragement and showing a genuine interest in their stories. She learns of their struggles, their hopes for the future, and the barriers that have prevented them from rebuilding their lives. In response, Melania works with local organizations to provide long-term support for the homeless, including job placement services, housing assistance, and access to mental health care. She personally helps fund a new initiative that will provide vocational training and employment opportunities for homeless individuals, giving them the tools they need to regain their independence. The residents of the shelter are deeply touched by her visit, and many express their gratitude for the opportunity to start over. Melania's act of kindness becomes a turning point in their lives, offering them a path to a brighter future. In another act of kindness, Melania sponsors a community health fair in the neighborhood to provide free medical checkups, mental health screenings, and wellness advice. The event is a huge success, with hundreds of residents attending to take advantage of the services offered. Local doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals volunteer their time to provide care, and the fair becomes a lifeline for those who cannot afford regular medical visits. In addition to the health services, the fair also features educational seminars on nutrition, exercise, and mental well-being. Melania participates in the event, engaging with attendees and encouraging them to take charge of their health. The fair not only provides immediate medical support but also educates the community on how to maintain a healthy lifestyle. For many residents, the fair marks the first step toward a healthier and more fulfilling life. While Melania's efforts have already brought significant improvements to the neighborhood, she understands that true change requires long-term sustainability. In response, she develops a program focused on empowering residents to become agents of change within their own community. This includes leadership training, financial literacy workshops, and initiatives to promote local entrepreneurship. The program helps individuals gain the skills and knowledge they need to improve their lives and, in turn, lift up others around them. Local residents begin to take ownership of their community's growth, and the area experiences a shift from dependency on outside aid to self-sufficiency. Melania's commitment to creating sustainable change ensures that the neighborhood will continue to thrive for generations to come, long after her visits have ended. As the neighborhood continues to flourish, the community decides to host a celebration to honor Melania's ongoing efforts and the transformation she helped initiate. The event is filled with heartfelt speeches, performances, and tributes to Melania's kindness and dedication. Melania, who had initially expected a quiet visit, is overwhelmed by the outpouring of gratitude. The residents share stories of how her actions changed their lives, from providing essential resources to offering emotional support during difficult times. In a tearful moment of reflection, Melania takes the stage to thank the community. She expresses her deep appreciation for the resilience and spirit of the residents, acknowledging that they have taught her just as much as she has given to them. She speaks about the power of compassion and how the true strength of a community lies in its ability to come together and support one another. The celebration not only marks the neighborhood's transformation but also serves as a testament to the power of kindness and collective action. In a bid to further support the next generation, Melania spearheads the creation of a mentorship program for young people in the neighborhood. The program pairs local youth with mentors from various industries, providing guidance and support in areas such as education, career development, and personal growth. The initiative quickly gains traction, with many professionals volunteering their time to help shape the futures of these young individuals. The mentorship program becomes a pillar of the community, offering young people a sense of direction and purpose. Melania personally meets with the mentors and ments, providing encouragement and sharing her own experiences. She emphasizes the importance of education, hard work, and determination in achieving success, inspiring many to pursue their dreams. The program's impact is evident as more and more young people graduate, secure jobs, and become leaders within the community, perpetuating the cycle of support and empowerment that Melania helped to create. Another significant impact Melania has on the neighborhood is through her efforts to revitalize local businesses. Many small businesses in the area have struggled to stay afloat due to lack of resources and exposure. Melania, recognizing the potential of these businesses, collaborates with local entrepreneurs to provide funding, marketing support, and business mentorship. She also encourages her network of philanthropists and investors to help bolster the local economy. Through her efforts, several businesses experience a resurgence, gaining more customers and generating new job opportunities. The community sees an increase in entrepreneurship, with more individuals starting their own businesses and creating products that reflect the area's unique culture. Melania's role in supporting local businesses not only boosts the neighborhood's economy but also fosters a sense of pride and ownership among its residents. She watches as the neighborhood transitions into a thriving hub of small businesses, each one contributing to the larger vision of a self-sustaining, empowered community. Inspired by the success of her local initiatives, Melania decides to take her philanthropic work to a larger scale by establishing a national nonprofit foundation. The foundation's mission is to support underserved communities across the United States, focusing on education, healthcare, housing, and economic empowerment. With a clear vision and a growing team of dedicated professionals, the foundation begins to make waves in communities nationwide. The nonprofit quickly gains support from other high-profile individuals and organizations, expanding its reach and influence. Melania, who continues to be directly involved in the foundation's work, travels to different communities, witnessing firsthand the difference her efforts are making. Through the foundation, she is able to implement long-term solutions to poverty and inequality, helping to break the cycle of disadvantage for countless individuals and families. The foundation becomes a powerful force for good, embodying Melania's belief that everyone deserves the opportunity to succeed and thrive. Recognizing the importance of education in transforming lives, Melania forms an unexpected partnership with local schools to provide more resources and opportunities for students. She helps fund after-school programs, mentorship initiatives, and academic scholarships, ensuring that young people have access to the tools they need to succeed. Melania works closely with teachers and administrators to create a more enriching and supportive environment for students. One of the most significant outcomes of this partnership is the implementation of a new educational curriculum focused on life skills, financial literacy, and emotional intelligence. This program is designed to prepare students not only for academic success but for success in life. The program's success spreads to other schools, becoming a model for educational reform in other underfunded areas. Melania's commitment to education ensures that students in the neighborhood are equipped with the skills and knowledge to pursue their dreams and lead fulfilling lives. Throughout her philanthropic journey, Melania consistently emphasizes the importance of empowering young women to become leaders in their communities. At a special event celebrating women's achievements, she shares her own story of overcoming challenges and navigating the complexities of her public life. Her message is one of self-belief, resilience, and the importance of standing up for oneself and others. Melania's words resonate deeply with the young women in the audience, many of whom have faced significant obstacles in their own lives. She encourages them to pursue careers in fields traditionally dominated by men, to speak out against injustice, and to never let anyone define their worth. Her support and mentorship inspire many young women to take action and pursue their dreams with confidence. This message of empowerment becomes a rallying cry for a new generation of women determined to make a difference in the world. After several years of hard work and dedication, Melania's efforts culminate in the transformation of the entire neighborhood. What was once a struggling, underfunded area has now become a thriving community filled with opportunity, hope, and pride. To mark this momentous achievement, Melania hosts a grand celebration that brings together residents, local leaders, and supporters from around the country. The celebration features live music, food, and speeches from key figures who have been part of the transformation. Melania takes a moment to reflect on the journey, expressing her gratitude for the residents who worked alongside her to create change. As the event continues, it becomes clear that the true success of the transformation lies in the sense of unity and empowerment that now defines the community. The celebration serves as a reminder of the incredible things that can happen when people come together for the common good. As Melania's work in the neighborhood continues to inspire others, she begins to see the long-lasting impact of her actions. The programs she initiated, the businesses she supported, and the people she mentored are now flourishing on their own. The neighborhood is no longer defined by its challenges but by its resilience and strength. Melania's legacy of compassion, kindness, and empowerment lives on through the work of those she helped and the generations of individuals she inspired. Though Melania's visits to the neighborhood become less frequent, the community remains united and continues to grow. The programs she set in motion continue to support future generations, and the mentorship she provided has led to a wave of local leaders who carry forward her mission. Melania's legacy is one of lasting change, a reminder that small acts of kindness can lead to monumental transformations. Her efforts will continue to shape the neighborhood for years to come, leaving a legacy of compassion, strength, and hope for all.